Well, good morning. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and YouTube pages. It is Wednesday, April 14th. And today officially marks 100 days until the start of the Olympics in Tokyo, which you can catch right here on WKYC. So from Cleveland, there's about 7,000 miles to where the games will kick off this summer. Okay, so that is about, or let's just say exactly 6,489 miles to be exact, just in case you are wondering. And overnight, there was an unveiling of a statue on a mountain west of Tokyo. Olympic organizers took the wraps off a tall replica of the Olympic rings at Mount Takao, a 2,000-foot peak about an hour's drive from the center of the city. Organizers still face a long list of challenges and growing uncertainty as the pandemic rages around the world, but they are still confident the games will happen. And back here at home in Cleveland, one thing that we are also looking forward to, summer. Just in case you're counting, it is 67 days away. But for now, just take a look right now outside at downtown Cleveland. A beautiful landscape, sunshine. Oh my goodness, but Holly, she is tracking some spring showers. She's here to let you know when and where they will hit.
Thanks so much, Danielle. And you know what? As we look ahead to the rest of the afternoon and beyond today, it's really just picture perfect as far as spring weather in Northeast Ohio. More of a mix of clouds and sunshine, but we're in the low 60s again. No complaints there. It will stay dry as we head into the overnight hours, but tomorrow is when we start to see a bit of a transition. We're not going to make it out of the 40s. And as we get into tomorrow afternoon, this is the view at 3 o'clock, scattered rain showers plus those 40s. It's going to feel very sort of raw and damp, and your windows will be closed. I'm pretty sure of it. 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, we still have scattered showers around, and they continue even into tomorrow night. And the very first part of Friday, that's 7 a.m. Friday, look at the upper 30s in Ashtabula, 37 in Worcester, and 39 in Mansfield. Not today, though, that's for sure. Most of you started well into the 40s. Partly cloudy skies, low 60s for highs. And then tomorrow, as we just mentioned, we've got the showers moving in later in the day. We'll only be in the 40s. We'll only be in the 40s again on Friday with some leftover showers early. And then we do a little bit of rebounding over the weekend, closer to those normal highs in the upper 50s. We'll be mid to upper 50s for Saturday, Sunday, and by Monday, 61, and then we cool right back down. Danielle, back to you.
Well, thank you, Holly. And developing news from overnight, a third night of unrest in Minnesota led to more than 60 arrests. This is in response to a police officer shooting and killing an unarmed 20-year-old black man. This was a scene late last night. Flashbangs and smoke appeared to be fired into a crowd of demonstrators as law enforcement closed in. Hundreds of people were in the area following a rally for Daunte Wright. Wright was killed during a traffic stop over the weekend by an officer identified as Kim Potter. A curfew was in effect until 6 o'clock local time. Potter, who fired that fatal shot, well, she resigned Tuesday. We're also learning from authorities this morning that Potter has relocated with her family out of Minnesota. The city's police chief also resigned Tuesday amid growing outrage over Wright's death.
Say his name!
Daunte Wright!
They murdered my nephew! She killed my nephew!
We're hoping that we're turning over a new leaf now. I'm confident in that.
Potter, a 26-year veteran of the force, says it was in the best interest of the community for her to resign immediately. The now former police chief said Potter thought she had pulled out her taser, but instead pulled out her gun. We will keep you updated on everything unfolding in Minneapolis and the nation regarding this story on WKYC.com.
So remember, this is something that we always, out of an abundance of caution, to give us a time to take a good look at it and see if we can get further information. So I'll stop there.
Dr. Anthony Fauci saying the Johnson & Johnson vaccine pause it will give federal health officials more time to learn about the rare but serious blood clots. This comes after the FDA and CDC issued recommendations to pause the one-dose vaccine on Tuesday. There have been 6 cases of a rare blood clot that had occurred among the nearly 7 million doses administered in the U.S., which is still less than 1 in a million recipients. Out of those 6, one of the patients has died, while another is in critical condition. And if you've already received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, here's what you need to know. The CDC says if you got the shot more than a month ago, your risk of a complication is extremely low. If you got the shot in the last few weeks, it's smart to be aware of these very rare symptoms: severe headache, abdominal pain, leg pain, or shortness of breath. Those are signs of a blood clot and signs to contact a healthcare provider immediately. An advisory committee to the CDC will be meeting today to review the 6 cases. And here in Ohio, Governor DeWine announced vaccination site adjustments after the Johnson & Johnson pause. 16 mass vaccination sites will proceed with Pfizer or Moderna, while other sites will pause entirely for this week. As for the Wolstein Center's mass vaccination site, no decision has been made at this point. Right now, the center is in the 2nd week of providing the 2nd dose of Pfizer vaccinations. After another week of Pfizer, it was scheduled to provide the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine for the final 2 weeks of the site. Well, here's what the governor had to say about the entire situation.
Anytime that there is a slackening of any doses, that is obviously concerning. But Johnson & Johnson has, the bulk of the vaccinations have come from the 2 other companies. We urge people to get the vaccination, and we'll see what the experts tell us in regard to Johnson & Johnson. So it's not something that we wanted to see.
The governor says there are many slots available this week for Pfizer and Moderna. This comes as Pfizer's CEO says the company is increasing production of its vaccine and will deliver its promised amount of 300 million doses to the U.S. ahead of schedule. And remember, we have a vaccine sign-up guide on our website, WKYC.com. And the governor is reminding Ohioans that getting a vaccination is how to stop the pandemic. We're watching rising case numbers in the state. On Tuesday, the state reported 2,340 new cases. That's about 800 more than this time last month. And switching gears now, here are 3 things to know happening in our area, starting with Cedar Point. They are getting ready for a new season with a job hiring event this weekend. The park needs to hire 6,500 positions and is pitching in a $500 signing bonus. So if you're looking for spring and summer work, there are open hours at Cedar Point Recruitment Center in Sandusky this Saturday. And the Flats in downtown Cleveland is preparing for something new. Get this, the city will host female tennis players this summer during the inaugural Cleveland Championship. The event is being held at Jacobs Pavilion at Nautica and runs from August 22nd through the 28th. It will feature some of the top female tennis players in the world as they prepare for the U.S. Open. And today's a big day for the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. It is kicking off its expansion project with a groundbreaking ceremony at 1 o'clock at the site of the Future Food Distribution Center in Cleveland. The new space will include additional space for food storage, a larger kitchen for meal preparation, areas for volunteer projects, and more. Now get this, last year, the food bank served 414,000 clients. So good luck to them on their expansion. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Make sure to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day for the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go starting at 4:30 a.m. Yes, I know it's early, but if you're up, come on and join us. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.